Hello, everybody. My name is Ebony Rice, and I'm the co-president of the Annenberg Black Student Association.
And my name is Gabrielle Lopez, and I am co-president of the Annenberg Black Student Association.
We just want to say what a blessing it is to be surrounded by all of you wonderful African American leaders.
And we want to welcome you all to the 6th Annual Black Making History Award. Tonight is dedicated for you.
This year has truly been a revitalizing year for us, and we have you all to thank. And there are a few special people who really helped to make this year so great. And one of those people is our very own Dean Ernest Wilson.
Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we hope you enjoy our presentation. And now we have a few words from Annenberg Dean Ernest Wilson.
I'm really delighted to be here. This is like a combination with this, what you all just did. It's like the awards. It's like the TV award, the Grammy. So it's like a and then when I came in, I got this wonderful thing. I shook everybody. So it's like a combination of the Grammy Awards and church. So it's the best of everything. Really done a great job. And I want to congratulate the leadership in really rejuvenating this very important organization. You've done a heck of a job, I know, and it's not always easy. You have other demands on your time, working and being students, and it's not easy. And so I think all of us really appreciate the personal sacrifices that you have made. And I would like to offer a round of applause to the leadership and the members of this organization. This is a really important time, and it's an important month. It's Black History Month. And so it's especially important and especially a real pleasure to have an opportunity to see so many of you come out to this event. I'm delighted that the Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism has been able to sponsor part of this event with you. And I'm delighted to see so many of my colleagues from the school who are here, including the director of the journalism school who is here. I'm delighted to Pat Dean is here as well, and the person without whom none of you who are students would be here, Allison Hill. And as well as several others of my colleagues. But I did want to take this opportunity. I have to apologize in advance because part of my gig as dean is I've got to go to a fair number of events. And one of the things I have to do this evening is go to a Lincoln event that's downtown. So unfortunately I'm going to have to take leave after I make my short remarks. But this is a time, it seems to me, of great opportunity as well as great challenge for all of you who are students and your parents and supporters and others. The economy is not doing so great. Jobs are tougher. The good news for you, I think, is that you are attending one of the very best schools in the United States, in the nation. That you are going to be better prepared than students that are coming from almost any other university in the United States of America and indeed in the world. You are coming from a school that has made tremendous progress and makes a tremendous commitment to diversity. I think last year's student body, if I'm not mistaken, and Allison, you probably know this, I think we had more African Americans admitted last year than ever in the history of the University of Southern California. In addition to that, I think we also had record numbers of people of all backgrounds who were first-generation college educated, which is also hugely important. And on the other side, of course, we have a president in the White House, a black man in the White House. I mean, that's a remarkable thing. That lid, that ceiling has been removed from our advancement, from your advancement. And so now everyone in this room who is a student can look forward to those kinds of leadership positions. So I think we're at a moment of great opportunity and also a moment of challenge as well. And I know that your organization is doing a lot to make sure that the challenges are reduced and the opportunities are expanded. And as I've said to you in the past at official meetings, but more often when I'm leaving at 8 o'clock at night and you're having your meetings downstairs in the West Lobby, to prepare these kinds of events, anything that the school can do to be helpful to you, please let us know. Both in terms of recommendations you might have for more courses that you think should be offered, or advisory services, or outside speakers, things like that. Please don't hesitate to let us know. I also see Todd Fraser back there, who is our newest arrival in the school. Absolutely anything you want, just don't hesitate to go talk to him about it. But one of the reasons for tonight's event is our honorees. And I really want to thank them for coming this evening. I want to congratulate them. I also want to congratulate them for the good work that they have done over the course of their careers and the contributions that they continue to make all of our lives better. And so we really appreciate that. So on behalf of the Annenberg family, as we call ourselves, we do want to welcome you. And I just want to read the list of honorees. Ms. Gena Davis, who is here with us. Aundrae Russell, who is also here with us. Sitting in the front row here. And Barbara Perkins.
She's on the way.
And I also want to, so I'm going to stop talking because otherwise the professors are only, once we get started, we go for 90 minutes. And so I'm going to stop here. But I also want to recognize a person in my family who really knows about African American history and Black History Month and speaks all around the country on this subject. And this is Professor Francine Roussan Wilson, who is a professor in American Studies and Ethnicity, and who is a historian. So again, on behalf of the school, I want to say welcome to one and all. And I look forward to seeing all of you next year when we have the same event a year from now, and things will be even better. And for those of you who are graduating, I can guarantee that all of you will be employed by that time. Thank you all.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Kalisha Kwan. I major in psychology and I'm going to be singing the Black National Anthem. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Beautiful. Can we get a hand clap? My name is Deja Lewis. Some of you have seen me. I've come by and greeted you, so hopefully all of you have seen my face. I'm a sophomore here at USC. I am studying communication here in Annenberg. I'm a sophomore. I'm a music industry studies minor, and I'm so excited for tonight. This is my first event. I haven't been to any Annenberg for the ABSA events before, so I'm really, really excited. I have the pleasure of presenting tonight's very first honoree, Ms. Gena Davis. Gena Davis is known throughout the local and abroad community as a global brand marketing strategist as well as highly renowned executive. She holds a master's degree in business administration and has over 17 years of experience in various fields such as TV and film entertainment, consumer products, retail business development, and digital entertainment. Gena Davis is respectively credited as a frequent marketing and brand management consultant for the Walt Disney Company. She was also the founder and managing director of Boutique Marketing Communications, Inc. Currently, she works full-time as the executive director of global brands for Fox Mobile Group, which is a division of News Corporation. Gena Davis is a visionary leader who inspires as well as empowers others to be on the cutting edge of new trends, as well as new technologies, marketing innovations. And in addition, she is an expert in cross-promotional synergy, licensing, public relations, advertising, and brand development, among many other things. On behalf of all communication majors, I commend you, Gena Davis, on your passion and the legacy you have set before me. Thank you for being a shining example of an African American excelling in communication and business. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me introduce and welcome Ms. Gena.
Oh my goodness, I want to cry. So beautiful. To the faculty and staff, the students, and honored guests, I want to thank you so much for this award. I am truly honored, I'm moved, and I'm truly, truly touched. As I was thinking about what I wanted to say to you tonight, I remembered a time when I was thinking about my career. It was just after college, and I wanted to see what kind of person I want to be in this world. I had so many influences, some positive, some not so positive. But I wanted to please so many people to prove that I was worthy of their praise. Not always a good thing, because you tend to lose your sense of self. So as I sit here tonight, I just want to give you a few tidbits to help you along your journey. First, always follow your first mind. There are going to be people that are going to tell you what you should do, what you should not do, and give you lots and lots of advice. And that's a good thing. Listening to people, getting their advice, benefiting from their experiences is very important. But so is following your first mind, following your inner voice, your gut, your instinct. I always tell people to always trust yourself. Number 2, never let anyone, and I mean anyone, tell you that you can't do something. When I was in high school, my high school counselor told me, you'll never, can possibly get into a school like USC. And this was in the 80s. When someone tells you that you can't do something, it's either because they have some type of fear and they want to project that fear onto you, or they don't want you to do it because they've never done it, or they could simply be player haters. And I know this is a cliche, but it's very true. If you can achieve it, if you believe it, you can achieve it. And finally, don't be just a leader. Be a servant leader. Many years ago, a leader was someone who had power over other people. But a true leader is a servant leader. And a servant leader's goal is to help and inspire others, whether it's in the classroom, in organizations, or in your community. Empowering, inspiring others. Now that's what a true leader is. These are just some of the little nuggets that I try to live by every day. And I wanted to pass these on to you. Always follow your first mind. Never let anyone tell you you can't do something. And be a servant leader. I want to thank you again for this wonderful award. Many blessings to you all. Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Gena Davis. Hi, my name is Courtney Manning. I'm a freshman in print journalism at the School of Annenberg. Our next honoree is an American entertainer from Cleveland, Ohio, and I know that she is a witness. For those of you who are not familiar with that term, that means she's a supporter of LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. She was the original host of the television sitcom Forgive or Forget, and she has made various appearances in other major programs and movies such as Volcano and Mr. Man. In addition, she has been a radio host in Los Angeles on KLSX, KASFM, and KFI. Her advice column, Tell Mother Love, is featured in the Cleveland Call-and-Post newspaper, the Crusader magazine, the Urban magazine, and the Los Angeles Freedom Journal. She is also the author of 3 books, including Listen Up, Girlfriends, Forgive and Forget, Never Underestimate the Power of Forgiveness, and Half the Mother, Twice the Love, My Journey to Better Health with Diabetes. This honoree is most renowned for her mission to inform, educate, and enlighten people around the world on the importance of better managed diabetes. Not only has her diabetes awareness bus and truck toured many health fairs, expos, universities, and large venues, but she has done over 200 radio interviews to promote diabetes awareness. As a diabetic herself, she has improved her diabetes management through firm choices and healthy lifestyle changes. She is the recipient of the 2007 Living History Makers Award in Arts and Entertainment, the 2006 Women of Courage Award for her work with diabetes, the 2005 Eli Lilly Award for Life Award for Excellence in Journalism, and the 2005 Urban Leadership International Urban Angel Award for her dedication to community service and philanthropy leadership. On behalf of the Annenberg Black Student Association at the University of Southern California, I commend you on your perseverance, your diligence, your selflessness, and the passionate legacy you have set before us. Thank you for being the epitome of a multi-talented, successful African-American woman in both print and broadcast journalism. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring Mother Love.
Okay, you're hired. That's like one of the, I'm like, where are you getting all that stuff? Oh my goodness. You know, I didn't have good evening, everyone. First of all, to the staff and faculty and all of the students here at the Annenberg School of Journalism and Communication, I am absolutely blown away. You know, my mother always said, be careful what you do and what you say, because you never know who's watching you. I would have never known that you all were watching me. And it's either one of two things. you are really paying attention, or you all are really pressed for entertainment and easily. Either way, I am humbled by this, to have students recognize that an old bird is not that bad to follow. I think it is absolutely wonderful to look out at all these young faces and to see the future of communication and journalism. And Dr. Wilson is absolutely correct. You are attending one of the finest universities on the face of the planet, not just in this country, on the face of this planet, and I know why. Because when I was applying for college, this was the school my mother told me I could not come to. You're not going to USC, being from Cleveland, that's too far away. I can't get out there till you be out there in California all on your own. I know. And I believe eventually, some kind of way, that I would be here. I didn't have the speech prepared because I can't, I wish I could do that. And big kudos to Gena and you guys, and I'm like, do they know that they call Mother Love? But you know I'm the kind of crazy one, right? You know, I'm the one tell you like it is, whether you like it or not. But I'm just absolutely humbled and honored to be in such esteemed company. And these guys know me. And I didn't pay them. Honest, there's no check coming. Honestly. So to all of you, to my sorority sisters who are here, to all of my guests who came, Peter Braun from the ADA, my friend Betty from Chicago, that handsome guy with the camera is my, and I really do have a nice looking husband. People always, you know, because when you're a kid, I done broke something. And I didn't even touch it. You don't need that. I'm from the projects. You know, we can call you all the way from the back now. I don't need a microphone. But I remember growing up and having dreams. And it's just like Gena said, make sure that you trust you. You have your dreams. She called them the haters, I call them the dream killers. Because there are going to be people in your life throughout the rest of your life who are going to tell you, especially if you are bold and innovative and you think outside the box, and forget a box, you just thinking all on your own, and how do you know it's not going to work unless you try it? How do you know it's going to work unless you try it? And I would hear my girlfriends, well, I thought they were my girlfriends. Be careful who your girlfriends are. Because they'd be all up in your grill trying to tell you about what to do and how to do it. And watch them women to tell you about your man, too. Like this is little Mother Love street advice. She roll up on you, gonna tell you, girl, let me tell you what he was doing, back up off of her real quick. You have to watch. They don't mean you no good. And especially you want to have an education, you want to do something, you want to have things, you want to go places. I don't care what happens in the economy. Once you are college educated, they cannot take it away from you. Your house can burn down. You got the wherewithal to know how to rebuild because you knew you were smart enough to get insurance. You know I'm telling you the truth, Aundrae. You know I'm not. But they can never take that away from you. Wherever you go, no matter what you do, once you are educated, and never, ever, once you graduate from here, or you graduate from graduate school, or you get your PhD and you become doctor person, whatever you're going to do, never, ever, ever stop learning. You can learn from a 6-year-old. You can learn from the people that hate you. I listen to my girlfriends tell me, oh, because I always say, I'm going to be rich and famous, and I'm going to have a fine husband, and live in a big house, and I'm going to be, and they were like, yeah, right, you better take your fat black stuff over there and sit down and live in the projects with the rest of us. I'm like, no, I don't think so. Poverty doesn't suit me well. It doesn't go well with my complexion. I believe in moisturizer. You ever seen some of the people at the projects that don't use moisturizer? I said, see, and you've seen them. They're real dusty. So, and whatever you do, this beautiful lady shared with you that I have type 2 diabetes. Whatever you do, if you don't listen to anything else I ever say, take care of your body. Take care of your health. It doesn't matter how well educated you are, doesn't have to care about how much money you make, it doesn't care how rich and famous and how cute you are. Disease will come upon you if you do not take care of your body. I thought I was invincible when I was in college. And when I got into my 30s, diabetes reared its ugly head. Forget about the fact that everybody in my family got diabetes. They got type 1, type 2, gestational, here beady, there beady, everywhere diabetes. Everybody got a diabetes. And they did not take this disease seriously. And I watched it. How many of you have or know somebody in your family that has diabetes? See, you understand what I'm saying? Am I telling them right? Take care of your body. This is the only one that you're going to get. Treat it like a temple. Don't put garbage in your body, because you put garbage in your body, it's going to show up. And if you supersize the meal, you're going to have a supersize behind. I know what I'm talking about. It is not, I do it with humor, because if I didn't, I would break down and cry. There's no reason for us to have a debilitating disease that we can take control over. I'm not talking about whether or not you have health care, because if you don't have health care, you really need to be taking care of yourself and walking around the yard, because you can't afford a devastating disease. So take care of your bodies. You all are so, I haven't seen an ugly person come in this room, and usually when there's this many people, there's at least 3 ugly people in the group. And each and every one of you are beautiful, magnificent, unique individuals. And usually I scour, you notice I can scour the room and go, 2, 3 ugly. Real ugly on the right at 6 o'clock and one at 6:45. And you know when you go into the group, just you all are going to go into the room and go, well, let me check out all the ugly people. Survey the room. But you know what I'm saying. Just take care of your body. Take care of your mind. Take care of your spirit. Make sure you are well educated, and never, ever, ever stop learning. Learn from everybody. And if you know, like I know, the best way to learn is on somebody else's dime. Thank you. And now we'll have a word from our sponsor.
Sorry about that. Since someone's missing. Hello, how is everybody doing? Okay, sorry about that. All right. It's been good. It's been good. Thanks, Mother Love. Thanks, Gena Davis. You guys are wonderful people. Now I'm on to introduce someone else who's amazing. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Nathaniel Howard. I'm a freshman here, majoring in communication. And it's just been wonderful that I'm here at the University of Southern California in this amazing school, able to study here and have this amazing opportunity. Just a little background, in the spring of 2008, this is why I'm so happy that I'm here. I became San Diego's first state speech and debate champion in oratorical interpretation. And that night of my junior year in high school, and hundreds of people watching me receive one of the highest awards, I cried for my neighborhood. I cried for the voiceless. I cried for the invisible. Now as a freshman and communication major at the UFC School of Annenberg, I'm a first-generation college student. I plan on gaining knowledge in the field to enter a career where I express these qualities in the best way possible. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." And as I continue on my young journey, every day I realize how important my voice becomes. A voice that is needed, a voice that was gifted by the power of the Almighty God. My favorite verse comes from Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5 through 7. It says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." "Ah, sovereign Lord," I said, "I do not know how to speak. I am only a child." But the Lord said to me, "Do not say I am only a child. You must go to everyone and send. You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you." In my future, I plan to have my own radio and talk show to both serve as a medium of entertainment and to advocate His purpose. I've been motivated to follow my dreams because of a man who loves the Lord and has used his gift as a way to touch people through media streams all around the world. Mr. Aundrae Russell, host, producer, television, sportscaster, news anchor, radio programmer, and DJ, has been broadcasting for over 25 years. He currently is a program director, music director, and on-air personality at 102.3 KJLH, where he is the host of the #1 radio show on Sundays, Spread the Word. A show he co-created with legendary music artist Stevie Wonder. Spread the Word is one of the most popular gospel radio shows in the nation. Along with Stevie Wonder, Russell has interviewed renowned celebrities such as Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, and NBA legend Michael Jordan. He has hosted concerts for some of the greats in music: Earth, Wind & Fire, The Commodores, New Edition, Keith Sweat, Brandy, and Anthony Hamilton, just to name a few. You can find a lot of his work as a master ceremonies with our time's best gospel artists: the Winans, Mary Mary, Kirk Franklin, Tone, Fred Hammond, and the list goes on. Radio Programmer Director of the Year, 2-time Gospel DJ of the Year, holds 2 NBA championship rings with the Lakers as the halftime voice and music coordinator, and the man just does it all. Russell is devoted to make a difference in the community. He speaks at career day events and other special programs at school around LA area. He is also the CEO of Stevie Wonder's We Are You Foundation, a nonprofit organization created to assist underprivileged children and to uplift the community. I was given the gift to speak, but I must speak no more on this incredible man, or would truly go on forever on his blessings as a powerful man of God. On behalf of all the communication major students, I commend you on your diligence, your passion, and the legacy you have set before me. Thank you for being a shining example of an African American excelling in communication. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring Mr. Aundrae Russell.
Thank you, Nate. Mother Love, I made up all of my stuff to Nate read just now. I mean, he fell for it too, you know. Got a rose and everything. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello.
To the Black Student Association of the Annenberg School for Communications and Journalism, I am flattered. I'm honored to be here. I'm flattered. Of course, the other honorees, I definitely got to say, hey, let me send them a shout out. Gena and I when I first got to California, to Los Angeles from Mississippi, she was one of the first people I met. We started in television together. Gena was like the Oprah back then. Gena was Oprah Winfrey back then. Boy, she had her own little TV show and she was doing her thing, you know. Let me tell you, Mother Love. What can I say? I've been knowing Mother Love, but Mother Love, that wasn't the dude you was with last week. You got 2 of them?
This is my second
I was just checking. Because sometimes right now outside my office at KJLH, I hear a voice right across from my office is our production studio where a lot of our commercials are done. I hear Mother Love and they're doing her thing. I'm like, that's Mother Love. And I'll go stick my head in and, you know, so I've known her for a long time. I'm flattered and honored to be here. When I first got the call, the email to come, I was like, wow. Because this school, and you know, I continue to find out more about it even today, the USC Annenberg School of Communications is just powerful and incredible. So all of you that are students here, you're really blessed and lucky to be here. And just sitting there, the few moments I've been here and hearing the various ones that have come up to the podium, I'm like, wow, I got my second crew already hired. Because seriously, there's some talent in here.
That's right.
You, where'd she go? You. She was singing. I don't know about her. But seriously, I'm like, wow, there's some talent in here. You know what I mean? And they speak so well and read so well. And that's very important to me. Doing what I do in radio currently as a program director, I love that versatility. That's what I look for. So I encourage all of you to don't just try to be a cameraman or be an anchor man or be a radio DJ. Learn it all. You know, learn Pro Tools, learn how to do production, learn how to be a sportscaster, newscaster, weatherman, whatever, you know, gossip commentator, like be Oprah like Gena was back in the day, be everything, you know what I mean? Versatility is so important, and that's one of the ways I ended up where I am today. I've done a little bit of everything, like he read a moment ago, on the things I made up that he fell for and read. But my road to success has included, it's just been a path of happiness to me. I've lived my dream. I'm literally living my dream right now every day, getting to work along some of the giants like Stevie Wonder, working for Stevie and with Stevie, and just doing the things I do. Some of the things I do every day of my life. I start my day on my knees. Every day of my life, I get on my knees and pray and thank the Lord and ask Him to guide me through the day, to face the challenges coming up. I read at least one newspaper a day. I want to know what's going on in my world, in your world, and everything. I read at least one newspaper a day. And I read the Bible every day. You know, just every day I'm in the process of reading it from beginning to end for the third time, almost done for the third time. And I keep grasping things that I didn't get the last time. So I'm just thankful to be here, thankful for my parents to raise me the way they raised me in Mississippi, because the reason I learned to read well and do some of the things at an early age, I was trying to do that rather than be outside helping with the cows and the chickens. You know? I'm like, Dad, I'm reading right now. I can't come out here. But my dad pushed me to be an athlete. I went to school on a basketball scholarship, and broadcasting was my thing, and journalism. So I started like you all are starting. And during my freshman year, I was on the radio, and been on the radio ever since. You know, I graduated, 3-4 years ago. So anyway, I've been on the radio and television and doing all this thing, and then even it led me to working for the Lakers for years, being the halftime voice for the Lakers, and being the DJ for the Lakers, and doing the NBA thing for like 10 years, and got a couple of championship rings out of it. So I'm literally living a dream, have lived a dream. And I implore you all to do what you're doing. I mean, really, strive to be great, and remember versatility. You know, don't just say, well, I'm just going to do this, or I'm just going to do that. Learn it all, you know what I mean? Behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, in front of the mic, behind the mic, in front of the camera, behind the camera, you know. Strive to be like Mother Love, you know. Strive to be like Gena. Seriously, learn it all from a marketing standpoint, you know. You can never go wrong, because all of the people that I have working for me right now at KJLH, every one of them, they're versatile, except Steve Harvey. He can't do no But seriously, the names you hear like Nautica De La Cruz, Ade Lamar, Tammy Mack, Donna Michi, Kevin Nash, so many others, all of them can do more than one thing. I can stick them anywhere. I can say, hey, I need you to do this. I mean, Pee-wees, the Bobos, all of them. They can do behind the scenes. They can go out. I say, hey, I need you to go out and do, you know, street team stuff. I need you to go on the air. Or I need you to run the board. Or I need you to produce Steve's show. Whatever I need them to do, they can do it. Versatility is very important in this industry. So, you know, just try to be versatile. You know, do what you do. And y'all holler at me real soon, because I got some jobs coming up. I'm serious. I heard some talent up here. I was over there writing down names, like, okay, what she said her name was? You know. But I don't really have any regrets. I've had fun. Somebody asked me if I have any regrets. I'm like, nah. Other than when I interviewed Halle Berry, I didn't ask her out. I let that opportunity pretty much slide by. I missed out then. And I'm still mad about that, Mother Love.
I told you to go for it.
I know. And like you said, I've interviewed everybody it is, you know, from the sports world, from the Magics, the Jordans, the Kobe's, the Shaqs, to the, you know, the entertainment side, to the Oprahs and Denzels and Trey Songz, and all the ladies perked up when I see Trey Songz. Look at that. But Ushers and all of them. But seriously, I really appreciate this. I thank you so much. It's an honor, and I appreciate this. And I want to send a shout out to my man Stevie Wonder for putting me in the position that I'm in today. And also to my best friends are sitting back there, Kelly Marsh and Regina Johnson Guy. Regina worked for the Lakers for a long time. She got rings too. She was in marketing for the Lakers. And
Hey, this is about you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to the students here, no, I mean, it's a lot of things you can do in your field or related field. You know, you can make a lot of money doing it. All right. So thank you all so much, and God bless you. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. My name is Fumi. I'm Fumi Akiade. I'm a freshman here. I'm a broadcast journalism major. I'm so excited to be here. I just recently joined ABSA, and it's like, you know, the best decision I've ever made. It's like my family, so I love you guys. Okay. I'm here today to present this award to Mr. Chris Schauble. As I'm sure many of you know, Mr. Schauble is the weekday co-anchor to NBC News show Today in LA. When I first found out that I'll be presenting Mr. Schauble with this award, I did what many of us do whenever we're trying to dig up information on someone. I Googled him. And you know, I got a lot of positive feedback. Mr. Schauble is not only a journalist, but also a husband, father, instructor, community activist, and member of the Kappa Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Sorry.
bachelor's in broadcast journalism from Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado. Since then, Mr. Schauble has had an extensive career in the field of journalism. From 1992 to 1994, he was reporter and fill-in anchor for WALA-TV in Mobile, Alabama. From 1994 to 1996, he was the morning anchor for WSPA-TV in Spartanburg, South Carolina. From 1996 to 1998, he was the main anchor on the 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. newscasts at the WB MGTV in Birmingham, Alabama. In 1998, he joined the NBC-owned and operated KCNC-TV in Denver, Colorado, and served as reporter and fill-in anchor until he finally came to the Today in LA show in 2001. Mr. Schauble has been a recipient of countless of awards. He received the Associated Press Award for Best Series. He was named TV Person of the Year by the Colorado Association of Black Journalists. He's been honored with the Fort Lewis College Distinguished Alumni Award, was named to the 40 Under 40 list by the San Fernando Valley Business Journal, won a Los Angeles Emmy Award, and shared in 5 Golden Mike Awards. All in all, he's kind of a big deal. On behalf of all broadcast journalism students, I commend you on your diligence, your passion, and the legacy you've set before me. Thank you for being a shining example of an African American excelling in broadcast journalism. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring Mr. Chris Schauble.
That 40 under 40 thing is good for about another month. I was proud when I earned it about 3 or 4 years ago, but I'm sad to see it go. And the gray hairs are starting to appear. First of all, I'd like to thank USC. Just the fact that you have such a dynamic Black Student Association with your journalism department is outstanding. I mean, this is... And coming from a small school in nowhere, Colorado, to be honored by USC and the students here is really a treat. One of my great friends, Jeffrey Thompson, right there from Disney, I invited him. He's proof that I am truly a USC fan. When I came here, I had to pick a school to root for. I'm a big football guy. It was just a natural fit. So we go to USC games together, and he's also a graduate of USC. So you can tell I run in good company. I just want to continue a theme that I think you've all heard, and I want to speak directly to the students. And there's 2 things that I want you to just really soak up from the wonderful people that you've chosen to honor, and that is perseverance, and then dare to be great and dare to be different. Those are the 2 things that I just want you to, if you take nothing out of tonight, perseverance, dare to be great, dare to be different. I had 54 no's when I graduated from college. 54 people that said, I don't want you to come, I don't need you, don't want you, you're not good enough to come work for me. 54. Those are 54 resume tapes that took a broke college student probably $10 to $20 a piece to mail off just to get back a no. So perseverance. The one yes, I had, it wasn't even a yes, it was a maybe. And imagine a broke, I'm going to say a broke ass college. In Durango, Colorado. Colorado's my home state. I'm from the Denver area. But Durango's not in Denver. It's in the mountains of nowhere. But anyway, so I had $900 in the bank. And I got one invitation to come interview in Traverse City, Michigan, which is closer to Canada than it is to Detroit. And the ticket was like $850. And the guy wasn't even going to pay for the plane ticket. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, what should I do? She gave me, I almost get emotional and want to break down. She gave me great life advice. She said, take the interview, spend every dime you have, get in there if you have to, because you'll be better for the experience of having the interview. Long story short, the guy wanted to see how sincere I was. I got the job, it started a career, all of that. The point is perseverance. And perseverance isn't just a one-time thing. It's not just a one-time job. It's not just a one-time quality. While in the business, in my business, in TV news, you're constantly trying to climb the ladder by talking to the next biggest city, the next biggest employer. Well, I wrote down some of the, I didn't bring them, but I have them laminated. Some of the biggest city no's that I got while I was already in the business. Houston, no thank you. Detroit, no thank you. Miami, no thank you. And the thing about it is, now I'm in the second largest TV market. Only New York City is bigger, and frankly, it's a whole lot colder, and I have no desire to go there. So all of those news directors, if they're even still in those positions, if they're still in the business, they'd love to have Chris Schauble at their station. And the point is perseverance. The other thing I want to tell you is a great piece of advice, and I think this can be used for any job that you're in, whatever you choose to do with your life. An anchor that I admired 15, 20 years ago told me there's 3 things you have to do to be successful in your field, TV news, and that is sell every story. Every story you read, you have to make it sound like that's the most important story they've ever heard. That's the first thing. The second thing is $10 worth of work for every dollar they pay you. Make yourself invaluable and irreplaceable. The graveyard is full of irreplaceable people. My point is this: make yourself different, unique, and so valuable that they want to keep paying you whatever it is that they're paying you. Just make yourself valuable. And the third thing is serve your community relentlessly. Serve your community relentlessly. I don't want to have to tell you about family. I don't want to have to tell you about the other stuff. We don't have enough time. But I think you already know the point. Serve your community relentlessly. When you Googled me, I MC probably 1 event a week, at least. And some weeks there's 4. And the reason I do it is, and you know what I charge? This much. There's people that charge hundreds, thousands of dollars. I charge this much. And the reason I do that is because I believe in serving the community, and frankly, we need as many African American role models as we can get. So I serve my community. When they know that when they call me, they're going to get it. All right, and I'll wrap it up with this. When I say dare to be great, dare to be different, create a brand for yourself right now. Students, how many of you are on Twitter, Facebook? Okay, you said, I think I heard you say you want to have your own show. You know you don't need a license for that. You know you can create your own show. You know you can do it even if you're broadcasting to yourself, right? But you can create your own brand right now. That's the future. Personal media is the future. Creating a brand for you. You are a corporation of one. I own the domain name to Iron Newsman. I own it in .org, .net, .com. Iron Newsman, I do Ironman competitions. I'm a triathlete. Everyone says newsman, right? Say, hey, he's a newsman. Well, I also do Ironman. So I created the brand name Iron Newsman. I have a segment on our morning newscast now called Wake Up Workout. That was my idea. I brought it to NBC. I do a blog every day. I tweet about that, live during the newscast. It's all about connectedness, using social media to your benefit. You can do that right now. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need anyone to pay you to do it. You can do it right now. You can already expand your skills. I'm on Twitter. I'm Chris Schauble. Heck, you can follow me. See what I do. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You know, I've created a brand, and they know it. I only have 1,000+ followers, which is nothing like, you know, Ryan Seacrest and his 2 million followers. But the point is, I have the most of any individual at Channel 4. You don't think they know that?
They know.
They know that. They track that kind of stuff. Whose idea was that? That was my idea. You guys you're in USC Annenberg School. You're smarter than I am. What are you going to do to dare to be great? What are you going to do to dare to be different? Think about it. You don't need anyone's permission. Just do it. Thank you for listening.
Hello again, everyone. Our final honoree of the evening is very special to me because I know her personally. She has truly been an inspiration in my life, and I try to make sure that she knows that. We met a few years ago at like some event for my mom's job, and it's one of those things where like the parents bring their kids and they just want to brag about like what their kids are doing. So it was just some event that my mom took me to, and she got up to speak. She was the speaker of the hour, and I go to those kinds of things all the time, and I often don't really remember like what they talk about. But after she was done, I was like, Mom, like, I want to meet her. And she had this book called Sisters at the Well. And I was just like, I wonder what that book is about. And so I waited in this line along with the other young ladies like myself who wanted her to sign the book. And I waited in the line, and I come up to her, and she signs the book, and she puts stay beautiful and stay positive and all of these things. And many people had told me that before, but it really touched me because I thought she embodied beauty and positivity and all of those things, and it just really inspired me. And so I read the book, and then I shared it with a few of my ABSA members, and she doesn't know this, but I carry the book around with me. Not like in my purse or anything, but I just have it with me all the time. And I reflect on a lot of things that she says in the book, and it just really helps me throughout my day, and it really has just helped me along this walk in college. It can be kind of difficult sometimes, but she has truly, truly, truly been a beacon of light in my life, and I just wanted to pay homage to her, and I just wanted to make sure that she knew that this was her moment in Black history, because she has really, really been someone who has encouraged me and told me that I can always do things, and whenever she's doing something, she invites me to come, and she's just one of my mentors, and I'm really, really blessed to have the opportunity to know her. And along with that, she is the president of a number of organizations, and she invites me to their meetings, and I'm just like, always like, wow, like this is really great, and she just keeps positive women around her. So I've learned that if you want to be great, you need to keep positive people around you to cover you and to make sure that you are on the right path. So with that, I'll tell you a little bit about her. She is an inspirational speaker, writer, trainer, and life coach who has traveled extensively sharing her positive message of hope and her ideas about the collective power of humanity. She is the founder and president of 3 nonprofit organizations: Sisters at the Well, Incorporated, the International Black Women's Public Policy Institute, and Friends of Sisters at the Well, which is a nonprofit fundraising organization. Ms. Perkins' reputation as a strategic thinker has gained her access to all levels of government, prestigious brands, policy commitments, and community groups. Without further ado, would you all please join me in welcoming Ms. Barbara Perkins.
So before I start, I'll say I do cry in public. And I'm proud of it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ebony. You are truly a delightful person. I am just, as many of the others have said, I get goosed up when I'm in the presence of young people doing things like this. And for those of you in media, tell the story. I know you do, but tell it again and again and again. Because people would have us believe our children aren't doing well. Right. They are. Certainly there are many that are not, because they don't have the resources. They may not have an able, stable adult in their lives looking after them. They may not know, but when they know, they do well. I am in today, I just flew in from Miami. I was in Little Haiti for the last 2 days, launching this idea, Women for Haiti. And I'll talk a little bit about me, but I think she said enough about me. But I want to tell you about this because I'm so excited about it. Women for Haiti. A group of us decided that under the International Black Women's Public Policy Institute, which is an organization that's designed to convene conversations about what's going on in the lives of women around the world, because we're citizens of the world. I was born in Miami, Florida, but I grew up in the Bahamas. So I tell people I think Bahamian, but I'm American. I have a U.S. passport, so I can get in and out of places easier. But this organization came together last September during the Black Caucus, and we had one goal in mind. We said there are people doing incredible things all over the world. And those things, those actions, generally lead to public policy. What we wanted to do was to figure out how to take the action of women around the world in rural cities, rural countries, and make their voices as strong as those in D.C. or Los Angeles and New York. So we formulated this group and we said, we'll convene twice a year. And we'll call people from everywhere. If they come, great. If they don't, we'll talk for them. Well, when the hurricane happened, January 12th in Haiti, I had just said to someone the night before, I wish God would just give me a break. I don't want another idea right now because I'm one of these people, I'm a Bahamian. We get the idea, we act. So I have a million things I'm always juggling, you know? And so I said, I just need a little break. The blessings are chasing me down, but the work is sure right on the heels of that. The next morning I hear about the earthquake. I get a call from a sister friend at 5:30 because she knows I'm up. And she says, okay, so you heard what happened. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I said, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to give money. Write a check. And then I thought, write a check and we're done. I couldn't just do that. In fact, I couldn't even write the check because I started thinking, write a check for what? What will it do? I was remembering Katrina. So what will it do if I write this check? Will it just make me feel like I've done something? Or do I really have the capacity to do something? A week later, we were talking about, let's go to Haiti. What are we going for? I don't know, let's just go. And then we got the idea, let's go to Little Haiti because it's not in Haiti, but it's close enough, and they're the families, the extension of the people in Haiti. Let's do that. Let's go talk to the women there. Long story short, we went last Sunday. It was an incredible meeting. We walked away knowing that we were going to recreate villages in Haiti because one of the biggest things that's happening now is the lack of shelter. People have been living outdoors for more than 40 days. So we heard directly from women on the ground. We had 3 women who were there. And what they said is, there's no shelter. And you know there's not a lot of trees in Haiti, right? So they're outdoors. And there's some things I can't say in detail in this room, but just think about this. When stress comes upon you, your body reacts in different ways. For women who have a regular monthly cycle, it is intensified. Just imagine those kinds of things that people don't think about when they're writing public policy. We're talking about your life today. So we said, what are we going to do? We're going to recreate a village. So we contacted, if you saw on CNN, there's this thing called the Tent City, a company called the Shelter Box, where they came in, they were the first on the ground. It's a nonprofit organization. Went in through the back door. They pitched these tents, and they said, first we're going to build a hospital. One tent we'll use for the hospital. The next tent we'll use for the doctors coming in. And without permission, they did all of this. We contacted them and we said, here's what we want to do. We want to create a city. We want to make life again. Because no matter what, people need to put one foot in front of the other, and they need to know that they have life. If you feed the woman, she'll feed the village. If you give the woman resources, she'll share it with the village. So that's where we're going to start. So we went to the company and we said, what can we do? We want to pitch 25 tents. We want to call one church, because that's where we start out. We want to call one school. We want to make one a clinic. We want to make one a community store. We want to make a bathroom for this community. And whatever's left over, we'll make housing. The tents hold 10 people for 9 months to a year. We walked away from a meeting, only 8 of us. We met at the Center for Haitian Studies, which is sponsored and supported by the University of Miami. When they heard we were there and what we wanted to do, people started coming. We planned to go for one day on Saturday, which is why I was late today, because we ended up staying over another day. When they heard we were there and what we were there for, I couldn't believe, but then I could believe, because I know all you have to do, all the Creator asks us to do is act. And whatever it is we need will show up. And so we left there yesterday just on overload with ideas and resources and what to do next. And so I have to go home tonight and figure it out. And in fact, I need someone who's in urban planning. I need someone to help me just do a schematic that we can send out for the village. We're going to start with a village for 150 people, and then another one after that, and another one after that, until people have shelter. We're not competing with anyone. We're not saying that what people are doing already on the ground is not enough. We're simply saying there are so many children. And then lastly, what I'll talk about in Haiti is that if you saw, there were children that were sent from
from Haiti the second day into Miami, into the hospitals, because they were deathly ill. 97 of them exactly. And those 97 children, some of them are doing well now, and it's time for them to be discharged. There wasn't a plan in place for how they would be transitioned. Certainly you can't send them back to Haiti. A lot of them don't have parents. They don't know where the parents are. They've been disconnected. So they've been slated to go into the foster care system. So when we arrived on Saturday, the executive director for the Center for Haitian Studies, who's a man well connected, he and his wife had decided to adopt a 5-year-old girl, and they had been in the process. So when this happened, they started making their calls, you know, to the higher ups to get their 5-year-old. Met all kinds of problems. But the result of that showed them that there's no way they can just look out for one 5-year-old girl. So we ended up now, we've just written yesterday, last night, it's not even finished yet, the draft for the transition plan for the children coming out of the hospitals, created host families for them, found host families, we're not finished yet because it's a lot of kids. Finding host families for them, and those who are 17 and above. You know what happens to foster children in our own country when they're 17 and they're emancipated. They're not emancipated, I say they're kicked out, because usually they're not prepared when they're let go. So those Haitian children coming out of hospitals, 2 children yesterday we found out were in a hotel room. Never been, imagine Haiti, if you know anything about it. These children have never been stateside, and they're in a motel. Scared. One of the guys said, well, they were really acting out, and they were, how would you act? How would you act? So the work that I do, I grew up at the well in the Bahamas. Every morning we rise. We go to get our water for the day. And it was at that well where the women gathered, and you heard everything. You learned every behavior. You learned how to gossip, how to love, how to pray, all the messages you got at the well. And I was taught early on, never give another sister your back. So everything I do is in a circle. Never give another sister your back. I'm not my sister's keeper, I'm my sister. So whatever happens to you happens to me. I believe that deeply. And so the work that I do is not work. And I heard you say you're living your dream. I am living my dream, my purpose. There is no more joy for me than to just sit when I saw you walking up. It's not even about introducing me. It's just the fact that you're walking up to the podium. It gives me every kind of wonderful feeling there is. So that's why I do what I do. I love, when I came to Los Angeles, I moved here 25 years ago when I met my husband. I fell in love over the phone and I said, I got to get to LA. I was a flight attendant for American Airlines. I took a trip here. I said, ooh, I'm staying. And 25 years later, here I am. And together, he's a retired fireman. And together, we just open our doors. We open our doors. We have 2 young adult children. And our dream for them is that they would just be somebody. And just give. My dream and my wish for you, if there's one thing I would leave, is spend as much time as you spend on your books and you think about your career, spend equal time inside, thinking about who you are, what God has put you here for, because there's a reason, that there's something to deliver that only you could deliver. Whatever that is, find it, whatever it is. I didn't know. I used to be embarrassed because I wanted to do so many things. And then people would tease, yeah, you're Jamaican, you're West Indian, you want to do everything. Yes, yes, I do. I'm such a generalist. I like it all, whatever it is. I'm curious. I want to know. That's a wonderful thing to be. Go inside, find out what your purpose is. Whatever that is, do it well and live it from the inside out. Your joy will show up. Your money will show up. Your blessings, everything that's there for you, is yours. No one else can have it. No one else. Set your intention on doing well for yourself and others. That's so important. And the only thing I would say in closing is that I am just honored to be in the company of you. Thank you so much, and Ebony, I really love you.
Boston, and I'm a proud member of ABSA, and this is our Vice President, Elizabeth Price. We just really wanted to say thank you to everyone, to our co-members, to our honorees, and friends and family for being here. It's truly been an inspirational and heartwarming night just to have time to encourage one another and acknowledge one another for all the work that we are doing this evening.
And now, without further ado, before I get to that, first I'd like to invite Jabari up just to say a few words and thank you so much for all of your help.
Thank you. My name is Jabari Brown. I'm the advisor to the Annenberg Black Student Association. Thank you so much for attending this event and for just taking some time to encourage our young black students to achieve their dreams and to succeed in life. I'd like to take a moment of my time to introduce the members of ABSA and all those who were associated with putting this together. So if I have all the ABSA members come up here to the front just to be recognized. Have already said tonight, these are our future, and I think we're in great hands. So thank you guys for coming out.
Taking a picture?
Type up. Hold on. Act like you like me. You gotta get out. Get it.
Okay.
And so now, without further ado, we would like to present certificates to our friends of ABSA. So I'm just going to read each name off, and yeah, we'll go one by one. So first,
We'll just ask that you please stand and we'll bring you your award.
yeah. So first, we would like to recognize Geneva Overholzer for all of her hard work and her support. Chris Smith. Taj Frazier. Ernest Smith. Allison Hill. Dean Ernest Wilson. Sonia Black Williams. And last but not least, Associate Dean Abigail Count.
Oh yeah, we really appreciate all of your support, and this has been such a great night. And this is so wonderful. This is so exciting and inspirational. So thank you so much. Please take this time to mingle with us in here for a few minutes, and then we'll gladly go outside and enjoy some food. So thank you for coming. Thank you.